Hi, what's up, y'all? So we're back. We're back. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, yeah, we're back. We're back. Thank you guys for joining. I said, let me go ahead and get this first video out of the way. This is not our review for Love Marriage Huntsville. I'm still working on my show. So yeah, because I gotta watch it like one more time so I can like breeze through it. Because last night I was doing too much, child. When I'm watching TV, sometimes I'll be playing on my phone and answering text messages. I'll be doing the most. But so yeah, I'm still working on that because I gotta watch the show like one more time. Yeah, so that I can really like pay attention so I can get my commentary together for a child. But so we're working on that still. So thank you guys for coming because I do have a great show for you guys. I have some great topics that I want to run through with you guys. So thank you. Happy Sunday to you all. I see you all. Thank you guys for being here. Let me get my other screen up here, child. I'll be working from multiple screens. Yes, and yes. Oh, there's so much going on in these YouTube stories, y'all. Oh, turn that down. All right. Boom. So we're back. And we're back. Okay. Hi. Nah. All right, so let's get into it. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment, okay? Thank you guys. I see you guys in the building. All right, let's get into it. First things first. Something was sent to me, you guys, from one of my subscribers. They came here, look at this. So I'm going to share it with you guys. I shared it on my Instagram. I'm going to share it now on here. All right, so let's look at it, honey. Let's look at it. All right, so it appears that Tisha Scott, honey, from Love and Marriage Huntsville, has adopted the idea to go and patent her idea for her kids' hair care line after the original company who does Just For Me. As you guys can see on my screen, y'all see the Just For Me box here. I used to use Just For Me, okay? Occasionally, because I do kitty perms on my hair, because I don't do that harsh stuff. So yeah, I occasionally, if I get a perm, child, it's a Just For Me. I do the kitty perms. But as you guys can see, look at the logo here, Just For Me, the lettering, the colors, and how it's done. And then let's look down here at Tisha's box. Okay, same idea. Okay, same idea. Look at the lettering, Just For Us. I don't know how she thinks she's going to get away with that. Y'all know that Tia and Tiny just sued a company who put out some dolls, which were very similar to the OMG girls, and they want a huge settlement behind that. So Tisha may be up for a huge lawsuit behind this guy. So thank you to my subscriber who sent this over to me. Was it yesterday? I think yesterday. I said, oh my God, that's very similar. So yeah, y'all millionaires about to be forking over some millions it gives. Can y'all see that? Hold up, what the hell? Hold on. Stop sharing, honey. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I don't want that up. Why is that putting that up? StreamYard, get y'all shit together, okay? Let's try this again, y'all. All right, boom, because it's sharing some shit that I didn't even want to share. The hell is going on here? Hold on. Lord Jesus. All right. Okay. So can y'all see now? Yeah. So let's blow it back up again. As you guys can see, that is the original box for Just For Me, the Just For Me perm or relaxer for the kids relaxer. Look at the lettering again. Look at the way the box looks. Look at the colors. Look at the whole setup of it all. Okay. Just For Me is what it's called for those of you. All right. Tisha is using the same lettering, the same idea. Okay. For the Macy and Mildew hair care line that she has. Let's blow it up some more so you guys can see she's calling it Just For Us. Like, you didn't even change the wording around. Damn, Tisha. Can y'all see that? This might be a lawsuit, y'all. I don't know. And then the fact that you're saying that your hair care product is what's growing your daughter's hair, I think that that's kind of your daughter's hair is long by hereditary traits, okay, by hereditary meanings, okay. Your children's hair, your children have long hair by hereditary reasons, not because of this damn hair care, okay. You said that your kids helped you make this. You said your youngest daughter helped make the product. I think she might have been what, 5 or so when Tisha was trying to say this was done. So you got your daughter in the warehouse mixing up products at 5 years old. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Okay, so you might want to check with, and unless you got some kind of contract with Just For Me, Tisha, to say that you guys can use their lettering and name and idea, then you might want to change that, because we did see a little switcheroo when it came to the Canvas Beauty labels and bottles for your other hair care product on the show. And then when people were asking you on your live what's in the product before they buy it, and you were telling them you got to buy it to find out, that's not how you promote a product. Because you have people who are allergic to certain things in products. So they're asking you because maybe they want to support a Black business. But then when you want to get smart with people on social media, maybe because you really didn't know what was in it, because you didn't make the shit, you just put a label on it, you're white labeling things. So it's giving that this right here idea of you guys using this Just For Me situation. I don't know. But this was sent to me yesterday, and I said I'm going to share it with you guys so y'all can see the Just For Me, which is the original box. Just For Me has been around forever. Just For Me has been around forever. Tisha's calling hers Just For Us. I don't know how she's gonna get away with this shit. I mean, you should have asked Stormy. You should have asked Stormy now, because Stormy might be getting sued too about this damn body butter, this Buddy Country Crock stuff that she got out now, because body butter's been out. And she's saying that she was the originator for that as well, which I digress. But somebody can get sued behind this shit. But go off, child. I guess I ain't gonna care more than you. That's y'all problem, child. Okay, y'all want to keep staying over there across the street from the damn gas station and whatnot, and keep forking over money and getting lawsuits and have to keep taking out loans. Hey, continue to do that. Moving on, child. I don't give a damn. All right, so moving on, Jamal Bryant. Let's get into him. Jamal Bryant, you guys, got a woman in Texas pregnant. The woman that had the baby. Now, he was trying to get her to have an AB to get rid of the baby so that she can, so that he can, hide the fact that he is out here humping around like Bobby Brown as a pastor, which is something he's been doing for years. I told you I know Jamal Bryant personally because he's under the same Church of God in Christ umbrella. I know several members in his family. I know him very well. I also know Giselle. As I told you guys before, I know a whole lot about Giselle Bryant from Real Housewives of Potomac. So yeah, when I see her on TV, I'll be like, okay, and who, yeah, and but so Jamal, you guys, Jamal Bryant has got a woman in Texas pregnant, and he is paying her. Well, he has to pay her $10,000 a month in child support. Now, the woman was asked, like I said, to have an AB, and she refused, so she had the baby. She has now taken Jamal to court for child support because she's saying he's not paying like he's supposed to. Now, the judge says that there may be a warrant that's issued for Jamal Bryant because he refused to attend the case by telling the judge and the courts that he had some type of church convention that he had to go to. But Jamal, you're in Dubai right now, sir. You're in Dubai with your new wife that you just got married. Y'all know that he just got married. Okay. Y'all know that he just got married. Okay. So he is currently in Dubai. Okay. Yes. All right. He is currently in Dubai with her. And he's not giving a fuck. All right. So let me go ahead and play for you the clips that I found so y'all can see what I saw, child. Because I said, holy shit. All right, let's play this one first. Y'all pardon the noise in the background. My lawn guys are here doing my yard because all these fucking leaves are falling. Y'all know, child, leaves are everywhere, so they're doing my yard. So pardon the noise in the background, okay?
The Jamal Harrison Bryant, is that Pastor Bryant, yes, from first?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So he's out of the country because he was recently married, I saw. Is that it?
No, he actually, it was a previously scheduled church with the trip. that's the information that he presented when he received the notice of hearing.
Okay, because he doesn't have an attorney and no one is present here. But your position is what you were okay with him not being here.
Since he wasn't objecting, I told him that we would move forward. We present to the court moving forward. Since he's not objecting to the recommendation or to the upward deviation, then we would move forward. If the court wanted us to continue it or reset it, we would do so.
Okay, no. I mean, no, he got notice. He chose not to be here. That's his issue. I'm actually kind of bothered that he's not here because he did not have notice. He did not have the excuse of the court. The court could not believe him. And so he actually should be here. And the fact that he isn't here, actually, is that's wrong. You should have warned. You should from him not being present, to be honest with you. Because it's not right. He has to be here. But let's hear what you guys say.
Okay, so y'all heard that. Let's get this one down. Let's put up the next one because I pulled a few clips so that you guys can kind of be in the know of what's going on with this legal situation with Jamal. Oh wait, no, wrong one. Sorry. I got some damn clips that I pulled. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, let's get this one.
In Georgia, the non-custodial parents have until the end of the month to pay. He has paid on time every single month. He typically pays the first week of the month, and I can show a pay history. I can show a pay history.
I can show you my pay history. I will pull up my bank account.
Miss Odom, you can't. At one point, you and I were having dialogue, okay? And Miss Harris watched and listened and did not interrupt. Now she's trying to present something as well. Give her a moment as well, okay? You'll have an opportunity to be heard, okay? All right, go ahead, Ms. Harris.
This is an intergovernmental case, which means he pays Georgia. Once Georgia receives the payment, Georgia sends it to Texas or wherever you are, and then your state distributes it to you. Whenever your state distributes it to you, doesn't have anything to do with us. But if he gets more than 30, if he does not pay within 30 days, if he does not pay in the entire month, that's when he's in trouble. He has paid every single month, which is why he does not have an arrears balance. So when you asked the other day, what's up with your payment? He had made his payment on November 8th. Whether or not you've received it, that's why I said you have to talk to your state, because Texas is in control of when you receive the funds.
Okay, but he's giving to Georgia timely.
Correct. Every single month he is given to Georgia timely, and it's typically between the 1st and the 8th of the month.
Okay, do you understand that, Ms. Odom, that there is a time frame from the money going from Georgia to Texas, and so there might be delay? Do you get that part?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
so your position is that you feel like you're not getting the money. There are times wherein you do not get months. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. He knows that he has 30 days. So one month he may pay the next month. They're saying like, oh, he's giving $10,000. I'm like, where's the money? I don't have anything. And that's between Texas.
I will pull up the pay history, Your Honor.
Can you pull up the pay history? So we're going to take a look at it. So Ms. Odom, what I need for you to do, I know this is hard because this is your baby and you want to make sure everything is taken care of, but you're going to have to calm down for a moment, because if you bring your passions down a little bit, you'll be a lot more objective about what we're trying to do. Okay. No one is trying to hide the ball from you. No one is trying to make sure your son suffers. We're trying to make sure we do what's right. But sometimes when you're dealing with a lot of different governmental stuff together, it doesn't come out as smoothly as it's supposed to. But I don't want you to think there's some conspiracy going on. So we're going to try to be as transparent as we can, so you can leave here feeling like you understood what was happening. Okay. All right. So Ms. Harris, pull it up so you can see what we see when he pulls that money in on a monthly basis. Okay. And that way you can take a look at it. And then I want you to compare it with what you get from Texas. And that way you can go to Texas and say, hey, Georgia is doing this, but you guys are doing this. And you can try to figure out where your disconnect is. Okay. All right.
All right, so there you guys see. She's from Texas. Yeah, he's all over the world, just producing children. All right. Now, for those of you that may not know, Jamal used to pastor in Baltimore. Okay, a church in Baltimore. It was a Church of God in Christ church. I will not say the church because they have nothing to do with this. Just know that I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, in that church, there were several women that he was also sleeping with there as well. Now, prior to he and Giselle getting married, Giselle was a side chick to Jamal because he was with another woman during the time that he was cheating on that woman with Giselle. Did you guys know that? Let me go ahead and spill some tea right quick, all right? Just so y'all know what's going on, because I know my facts over here. And I dare him to come for me because I'm going to do a whole fucking video telling everything I know. Jamal, with your cheating, lying, hoish ass. So in Baltimore, as I told you guys, and if y'all watch me, I kind of touched on this a little bit. There was some money that came up missing at the church that he pastored in Baltimore. In addition to several women coming forward saying that they were sleeping with him, that he was messing around in the church, they decided to get rid of him. During the time that they got rid of him, they were looking for another pastor for the church that he pastors now, which is what's the name church? New Birth Church in Atlanta. All right. So they were looking for another pastor, and they chose, because he came to that church and was asking, could he pastor? They, of course, took him on, not even doing their homework on him. Okay. Not even doing their homework on Jamal, to find out that he, one, likes to hang around strip clubs. He likes young girls. Two, he sleeps with women in the congregation. Three, he be trying to cover his tracks by asking women who he impregnate because he's sleeping with them unprotected, to get rid of these babies in order to keep his reputation intact, so to speak. Okay, so let's back up to Giselle. As I was saying, Giselle was first a side piece before he stopped messing with the woman, or the woman that he was seeing when he was messing with Giselle. She stopped fooling with Jamal. And so then he got with Giselle. He and Giselle wound up getting married. During the time that he and Giselle got together, he already had another child because he was messing with somebody else. Now, as he and Giselle's marriage began to progress, there were still rumors of him cheating and running around on her, so much so until Giselle's father, okay, and this was seen on the show, but this is real talk. Giselle's father and mother, neither one of them liked Jamal because he continued to put Giselle through so much hell, so much so until Jamal Byrant, and I hope she says that it's a lie because I'm gonna say the shit. Jamal Byrant had a nervous breakdown over Jamal. Did y'all know that? She had a nervous breakdown over Jamal. Her parents had to step in and help her take care of her children as well, because she was batshit crazy behind Jamal, until they finally wound up getting a divorce. So when I saw her on national television talking about some she and Jamal was back, I knew that was some bullshit. I knew it was for a storyline. I knew that she was trying to secure her spot on the show, because there's no fucking way you go back to all the things that this person did to you. Now, fast forward with him being pastor to New Birth Church, he is still doing the same thing that he was doing at the Baltimore church. Sleeping with women, running around. He got caught over at one of a very prominent strip club in Atlanta, and was trying to say he was trying to get the women there to vote. Out of all the places that you could have gone, Jamal, to ask people to vote, why at the strip club? Now, mind you, strippers should vote as well, but why are you seen there? And then when people question you about it, your answer is that you're trying to get the strippers to go out and vote. Now, all the women that he messes with have stripper bodies. Look at the new wife he just married, Kari Turner. She's had some work done on her body as well. That is not how she used to look. Go look her up. All right. She looked like she may have had a BBL and some other things, maybe tummy tuck, some other things going on, to where he has a certain type. He likes pretty girls, and that's fine. Everybody has a type. Everybody has a type, and that's okay. But my problem is, when you take the responsibility of being a pastor, you have to live under some type of rules and regulations as such, and not continuing to do that. And it's surprising to me that New Birth continues to allow him to stand in their pulpit and continue to preach and continue to lie and continue to sleep with women in their congregation and outside the congregation as well. His youngest child is under 5 years old. He's been with this Kari woman for about 3 or so years now. Okay. So I'm not sure why she was in such a hurry to marry him. I'm not sure why she was in such a hurry to want to be his wife, because you're not going to be able to change him, and he's not going to stop cheating for you. I'm just saying that's who he is. That's who he's always been. He's been married before, okay, a couple times before this new wife. So if he wouldn't stop cheating for them and running around and making babies while with them, what makes you different? What makes you different? Jamal has an appetite for women. All right. So yeah. So ask Giselle what she went through, baby, because that's exactly what it is. She'll never tell her, but she loves to stay in everybody else's damn business about their marriage and what they go through and their husband. You can't even keep a boyfriend, let alone a husband, Giselle. Okay, but then you on national television talking about you and Jamal back together, and when you know that nigga took you through hell and you damn near lost your mind, your children, and every damn thing else behind Jamal. Y'all saw Monique blasting her on national television with that damn binder when she tried to sit up in line talking about her and Jamal. Jamal was with a whole different woman within the church who was also a minister, who he was laying up in hotels. This same woman took pictures of Jamal while he was asleep in the bed because they shared a hotel room going to the Woman Thou Art Loose conference. She took a picture of Jamal to prove that they were sleeping in the same room. But this is supposed to be a pastor. Yeah. So his ass is in court from this new lady who he impregnated while in Texas. Okay. Because he was with another woman during the time. I think that was during the time that he was with that that minister lady, during the time that this child was conceived, the one that the lady is taking him to court for now, for the 10 grand that he's having to pay her, because she got his pockets like rabbit ears. So yeah, so that is what's going on with that. As I get an update, because according to what the judge was saying, that there may be a warrant issued for him because he was supposed to attend that court hearing, and he lied and said that he had some type of church function that he had to go to, but really he is living it up and living his best life in Dubai. Don't believe me? Let's show you. Don't believe me? Let's look at receipts, okay? Yes, Jamal, we got your ass today, sir. I can't stand him. Ooh, he's a lying ass. He is in Dubai. Let's cut this because I think it's music. That is him with his new wife. You said you had a church convention. This doesn't look like a church convention. This looks like a little honeymoon of some sort. Y'all know he just got married a week ago. She says 1 week down, a lifetime to go. The desert season is over and Destiny is here. Yeah, you about to be broke like Destiny with all these kids you keep having and not paying your child support like you're supposed to, and running to other countries to avoid going to court like you're supposed to for children that you say that you love and adore. One of your daughter's name is Adore. Ain't that weird? You ran out here and bought a whole restaurant for your kids, and you don't even own that restaurant anymore. Jamal. What's going on with your money? Is New Birth not paying you right? Or the members over there not putting more than $1 in the tray? Or maybe nothing at all? If you're having to skip out on child support payments, if you're not paying in a timely manner because you can't keep up with the child support payments because of all the children that you have sprinkled around the world. And this silly ass heifer right here then ran out here and married you and tied her money up with you. So when they go after you, they're going to probably go after her ass too, because she does have her own money. Okay. She's an independent woman. So now these women sitting back watching, they like, if we can't get it out of Jamal, we're going to go after the damn wife. Let's get some of these Chanel purses and belts up off your ass. You got money to go on a trip to Dubai, but you ain't got money to take your ass to court and pay up what you're supposed to pay. But that's it, and that's all. Moving on. So it looks like he's at Bedside Baptist in Dubai. Child, okay. He lies so much, child. He lied like my area rug in my atrium downstairs, honey. Let's move on. All right, so the Black students and the teachers, they speak out after Trump supporters rush the hallways, you guys, at a school. Let's get into it, child. Trump ain't even in office yet, and these people are doing the fucking most. Let's get into it. They're acting like those folk that rushed the damn Capitol up over here. Why do you think folks scared of them? I don't know. But they are doing the most. Let's get into it. Now, it says the Black students and teachers speak out after Trump supporters stormed the hallways of Beverly Hills High School. All right. Let's get into it. All right.
Underway at Beverly Hills High School following claims of racial intimidation I'm going to tell you how scary it was.
This is what Bella Ivory is talking about. She's a fashion teacher at Beverly Hills High School who says on the day of the election, there was a mob going down the hallway.
It was just mob of kids, just so many kids outside my door. And they had one had a Trump flag on a pole, on a flag pole. Another, it was just so many of them. Some of them had on MAGA hats. Some, had on just Trump fans apparel.
She says someone tried to open her classroom door, says it upset some of her students.
At this school, I've had to deal with a lot of racism.
But at a recent school board meeting, students talked about how scared they were, given what happened outside Bella Ivory's classroom during election week.
And it became utterly impossible to just ignore it. From 8:30 to 2:30 all week, being at school felt like being in a nightmare. What the Black students and Miss Bella had to deal with.
Investigations are underway at Beverly Hills High School following claims
Bella had to deal with that week had absolutely nothing to do with politics. That week, being stormed, being called the N-word, being shunned, all because you were Black, became the normal.
In recent weeks, I have seen racial slurs scrawled across the walls of our bathrooms, hateful rhetorics being spoken by fellow students in the hallways we share, and violent behavior towards Miss Bella and our club.
Bella Ivory also spoke at the board meeting.
They looked so frightened. Then I said, I'm not going to open the door. And then the same student said, they look like KKK.
The district tells Fox 11, we remain deeply committed to upholding a secure and conscientious setting where students can responsibly and considerably engage in the democratic process.
Bella had to deal with that week had absolutely nothing to do with politics.
Y'all see that? Trump ain't even in office yet. The shit is going to only get worse. Y'all remember those people stormed the Capitol and their asses got fucking arrested too, which is what they should have gotten. All right. Now they're swarming the schools and having these damn KKK flags and shit going up to the schools, trying to intimidate people and threatening people and putting on the walls these negative remarks and stuff and calling people the N-word. This is the type of mess that Trump is behind and the people who support and or follow him. And he has 4 years in office for this bullshit that he is putting out into his followers. And it can be a dangerous situation because not everybody is going to take it sitting down. Unfortunately, no one is going to take that sitting down. If you go to the right person's house on that bullshit, they have a right to stand their ground. They have a right to protect themselves and their properties and their families. So if you think this is 1924 where you can run up at somebody's house or in somebody's property or in their face and think that you can threaten them on some MAGA bullshit, then you have another thing coming. Okay, seriously, people are not going to keep putting up with this bullshit. Okay, if you're racist, keep that shit somewhere else. Don't be running up in people's face calling them the N-word and think because Trump is in office that's gonna save your ass, because it's not. It's really not. Everybody ain't gonna put up with that bullshit. And that, okay. So let's get into what they're saying. Bella Ivory, a teacher at Beverly Hills High School, is speaking out about a frightening incident that occurred during the week of the 2024 election. She says that while speaking with Fox 11, she describes how a mob of students rallying behind President-elect Donald Trump walked past her classroom in the hallway. She says that it was just a mob of kids, according to her. She says there's so many kids outside my door. One of them had a Trump flag on a pole. Some of them had on MAGA hats. She says that some just had Trump apparel. She says that Ivory also stated that one of the kids in the group attempted to open her classroom door. For what? What were you trying to get in the door for? To harm someone? To evict some type of threat against someone. So it says that during a recent school board gathering, that students, including Senior Journey, expressed her experiences, stating that although that she had faced a significant amount of racism throughout her years at school, that it became utterly impossible to ignore it during the election week. So these are things that are starting to happen again. We've seen this before again for the where they stormed the White House, jumping over walls, running through the halls, being very belligerent, being very racist, being very out of control. These are things that happen when Trump is in office. And as soon as I heard that he won, I said, here we go with the bullshit again. Here we go again. So there needs to be tougher laws to keep this type of stuff under control. Like I said, you can believe in what you want to believe in, but when you start running up on people, innocent people, strangers who you don't know, to evict that type of behavior on, or invoke rather that type of behavior on, then yeah, you kind of put yourself in a situation to where you don't know what's going to happen after that, because a person does have a right to defend themselves, and whatever way they choose to do that, okay, that's your choice when you choose to put yourself in that situation. Okay, I'm not going to ever tell anybody how to defend themselves. If someone is being threatening towards you, you have to do what you have to do, whether it's by legal force or whatever. And I'm not telling anyone to be violent, and I'm not saying that you should go out here and do something crazy and or take someone's life. But a person does have a right to stand their ground and or protect what they own, including their family. Okay, so this is what we have to look forward to, you guys, with Trump being in office, unfortunately. All right, let's get to the next topic, honey. Sad and sad. All right, so the Love and Marriage Huntsville debacle begins and continues, rather. So this next clip where Destiny is talking to Martel at her laboratory, which we all know is a storage unit now. Y'all remember she said she had a laboratory, child. She had a lab where she makes her products, only for us to find out that it was a good old storage unit. So she's talking in this clip to Martel about putting together an event to where all of the cast members can get together and be on the kumbaya. Of course, you guys know Melody Cherie did not attend, because anywhere that Martel is, she does not want to be. The Scotts were there. Trish and Ken were there. Of course, Destiny was there because she's playing referee. And it turned out to be a hot damn mess, to where the Scotts began arguing and doing back and forth with Martel because he was spilling their tea on their infidelity. All right, so let's get into it. Hold up.
We should all just get everybody together and have
everybody.
Let's go!
Let's go! Oh, they started before. Got it. I've been a liar about things that we've been through over the years, and a lot of experiences that you've had with me. I've been a liar.
Yeah. Every time he opens his mouth and says something about Marceau, he gonna be talking about Martel. Because Marceau gonna tell about what Marceau knows about Martel, and Martel ain't gonna like that.
I always respected your man.
You never respected Amir. You never respected.
Once he loses respect for me, I'm gonna lose respect for y'all.
I don't have respect for you.
I feel like maybe we should all just get everybody together and have
everybody.
Everybody.
Now, this, you ain't never been for getting everybody together. I don't know who idea it was to ask Destiny production. This didn't go over well, because Destiny is not a person of peace. Destiny is not a person who wants to get everybody together to be on the kumbaya and be friends and keep the drama down, because she is always behind the scenes stirring up the damn drama. So that was some fake ass bullshit. That scene that we just saw, that was fake as hell, especially when Martel is involved, because he feels like he's sitting on a throne of receipts on everybody on the show. And as soon as they turn against him, he can't wait like a little sissy, a little girl, to run out here and spill people's receipts, because he's bitter that he fucked up his life. And now he wants everybody to be miserable just like him. Boy, bye. All right, so let's stop sharing this and let me get to my next clip, okay? Did I upload it? Okay, no. So I'll stay on that one. That's fine. Shit. I thought I put the other one up. I'll be working ahead, child. Hot damn. All right, so okay, let's leave that one up. So like I said, Martel, Marceau, get into it. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull it up so that you guys can see the two of them getting into it, because I did pull it up originally. Let's get it pulled up. Let's stop sharing. Some of you may have already seen that clip. Let's get it up anyway, because I do want to walk through that, if you will. Okay. No. Yeah, we don't want that one. Give me 1 second, guys. Y'all know I'm usually prepared. Let me get it up, because I don't want to play the other one, because that's going to be in my other show. Y'all remember the argument between Marceau and Martel about the whole cheating thing, where he accused Tisha of messing with one of his homeboys. Y'all remember that whole setup, child. Do I believe it? Now, I don't usually believe anything that Martel has to say, but because all of them run together and they all have the tendency to lie all the freaking time, I kind of sort of do believe that what Martel was talking about with Marceau is the truth, because one of my subscribers who live in Huntsville, during the time that Melody and them had the podcast for Carlos King and they were in Huntsville, one of the women that were at the hotel actually said that they had been seeing the Scott brothers running in and out of said hotel where one of the subscribers actually stayed, okay? And they were saying that the woman that they were with was not their wives. So I do believe that they do cheat. I ain't gonna hold you. I do believe they cheat. Ariane, and not that I believe everything that she has to say, she also came out to say that during the time that they were in Atlanta for the guys' boys trip, that they were there with women that were not their wives. And she knows who their wives are because she got tea on every one of them. So it's weird to me. It's very weird to me that Marceau wants to sit there and yell back at Martel about there's no infidelity and he don't trust him no more and try to overtalk him when he's trying to spill your tea. But then you sit up in confessionals and you have so much to say about him and his life and what he's got going on and you know, everything else. I just feel like, and I said it before, where's this fucking clip? I just feel like Martel, like I said, is bitter because he lost everything behind trying to run behind the Scott brothers and do what they do. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. What the hell is this clip, y'all? Lord, 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 Lord. I might have to play the other one. I hate when I can't find something I'm looking for. Hold on. Just talk amongst yourselves. I'm still here. All right, so I'm gonna be forced to have to play the other one. I think it's on that one. Shit, I didn't want to until my other show, but oh well. Oh well, jingle bell. All right, we'll do this one. I think it's on here. All right, so this is the clip for the next episode after last night's episode. Okay, so we're just gonna watch it. I don't care. I was gonna show it for my other show, but we'll just show it again. Y'all just act like you didn't see it when I play it, okay?
On Love and Marriage Huntsville. Whenever your spouse, and you know I've been on the side of it, is out here doing stuff that's stupid, it does affect you. Was it really the middle of the day?
Look at Kimmy. Now, Kimmy, I like this look on Kimmy because Kimmy, you love to subliminally throw other people's shit out there. Mel, thank you for coming back at Kimmy in this clip because Kimmy tried to speak on your situation and even try to make you feel bad about changing your last name from Holt back to Rogers when you had your name changing ceremony, okay? Because she is very much so male identified and she has to have Scott at the end of her name so that she can feel validated, okay? Because you know that she didn't feel validated until she married Maurice, and now she sees that he is a sorry, non-working little biatch up over there who's giving her all the stress in the world. Now, we know during the time that whole DUI situation came up, Maurice's ass, he drove to the party, Kimmy drove to the party. Why y'all didn't ride together? Which lets me know that Maurice had ulterior motives after the party because Kimmy went home, Maurice not so much. All right.
I was like, ooh, I know Kimmy ain't happy right now.
I feel
now, Kimmy always raised her eyebrows. Hold on.
Next on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Whenever your spouse, and you know I've been on the side of it, is out here doing stuff that's stupid, it does affect you. Was it really the middle of the day? I was like, ooh, I know Kimmy ain't happy right now.
Look at that look on Kimmy's face. Anytime Kimmy's tea gets spilled or she gets checked and she know that her ass is caught, that's that look that Kimmy always likes to give. Like, oh, really? Yes, really. Yes, really. You spoke on Mel and Martel's situation, on their marriage, on them getting divorced. You even said that you don't blame the side chick, that Martel is a good dude. Martel is a good dude. Well, what about Maurice? Is he a good dude? Because he lies to you and tells you that he's at work when we just found out that he's never tried a case and he has not fixed anyone's credit. So what work is he doing besides his bike? Kimmy, what kind of work does Maurice do besides roll his bike? Now, he did slip up and say at the reunion that he has fivesomes going on, and you gave him that look like, how dare you embarrass me? Because I believe in my heart of hearts that Kimmy allows Maurice to go out and cheat as long as it's not done publicly. As long as she knows what's going on and where he is, as long as no one else knows and it doesn't get public and the bloggers don't pick it up and nobody can get a picture, it's understood that he go and do what he needs to do and then bring his ass back home, okay? Yes. Because Kimmy knows that she is not in a position to be able to please Maurice and or keep up with his sexual desires because he is an sex addict. Ever since she got cancer, she's not been able to keep up with him. Like you said, he wants it 3, 4, maybe 5 times a day. Kimmy's libido will not be able to make her be able to keep up with that type of movement. With Maurice, okay? You can go through all the counseling you want to go through. You can take as many B12s as you want to. Your husband has an appetite for continuous sex because he has nothing else to do all fucking day. People who work jobs don't have time to be sitting with their asses hiked up in the air, having multiple orgasms, as we can call them, and multiple sexual adventures when they have real work to do. I mean, hell, I would love to be home busting headboards all damn day, but a bitch gotta go to work. So at the end of the day, you are allowing yourself to be a beard to a sorry ass mama's boy who you got off somebody's couch, who came to live in your house to sleep on your fucking couch while you get up in the morning to go to work, got to come home, fix dinner. Even when you were sick with cancer, you were made to still keep up the same responsibilities that you had to do prior to that while his sorry ass wasn't working, couldn't go in there and help cook, clean, do laundry, or anything else. Not only did he do that to you, Kimmy, but he also moved his son in there, an extra responsibility to keep you out of the loop of what he is doing. Monster had already said that he was never hardly there. You said it as well, that you got to spend more time with your son because Maurice was so focused on being outside the house with outside activities and telling you he was at work. Just like he told you he had to get a hotel room to go and study to get his degree to be a lawyer, and telling you he got all these cases, and you sat on national television, Kimmy, to help him lie to the people, knowing that this motherfucker was not working nowhere. He could not help you hang pictures on the walls because he was tired from all the cases that he was trying, but he never had any fucking cases. Make it make sense, Kimmy. So now that Melody is reading you down and telling you about yourself, you're sitting here like, oh, that's the face of the audacity of you to call me out on national television. Yes, she's going to call your ass out. Yes, she's going to put you on Front Street. You know why? Because you stay in other people's business. You know so much about Mel and Martel's business. You won't talk about your own crumbling marriage, Kimmy, because you're embarrassed that you ran out here and thought that you were getting a prize when you actually opened the prize to see that it was a lump of shit in there, okay? Maurice brought nothing to the table but his fucking feet, okay? And his peen, and you're tired of his ass, but you won't say that because you don't want to face the embarrassment of people telling you, I told you so. So that's what your weak, desperate ass get for hopping in his DMs and trying to break up a marriage when Kaya had already let your ass know that they were still trying to fix their marriage. But oh, no, like Nell Fletcher and her kitten heels, you wouldn't back up and allow the two of them to fix their marriage. And you even went as far as stalking Kaya to go to some of her sex toy parties to see what was really going on with her and sizing her up, only for you to go ahead and she gave you the nigga, and then when you got him, you couldn't do shit with him because he's still out in the streets riding dirty in his little Nissan Altima, smoking from the bike of the tailpipe, out here pulling women, crashing into people, getting DUIs while you running around looking for his ass and can't find him when his ass is supposed to be home, while he should have driven you to the party, or maybe you should have driven him home to avoid a DUI. Did we wrap it all up? That was off the top of the head, and I made a little bit of notes. I made some notes to read Kimmy down. That came right off the top of the head, I promise you. Y'all ain't seen me look down one time at my notes. Kimmy, I'm on your ass this morning. I'm on your ass. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Mel, Because Mel is finally waking up, y'all. Mel is finally waking up and reading their asses down and letting them know, bitch, y'all not going to continue to fucking play with me, call me out about my fucking marriage that I decided to let go of almost 60 years ago, and y'all hoes are still in the same situation and miserable as fuck and looking at me free and fancy free, and y'all hating on my ass when we on vacation talking about some I'm with the little island boy. You wish you had an island boy. You wish you had a nigga that was out here loving up on you. But you home stressed the fuck out because you got to pay all the bills because your boy, as Marlene call him, my boy, is out in them streets giving somebody else what he should have gave you. Clock it. Let's continue.
I feel like maybe we should all just get everybody together and like have
like everybody?
Like everybody.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Oh, they started before. Got it.
I've been a liar about things that we've been through over the years, and a lot of experiences that you've had with me. I've been a liar.
Yeah. Every time he opens his mouth and say something about Marcel, he gonna be talking about.
Look at Tisha. Look at that Kimmy like, this motherfucker, I know he ain't about to do this on national TV and tell our fucking business. Because if anybody knows Marcel's business, it's definitely Martel. Tisha knows it's true. Maurice knows it is true. Kimmy knows it is true. And so does Destiny. Because everything that Martel does, who does he talk to? Destiny. Destiny know all the girls that Martel mess with and some of the girls that Maurice and Marceau mess with as well. Because she also hangs around who? Ariane, who runs her mouth. Tisha doesn't mind Marceau cheating unless he does the shit just like Kimmy. And I feel like they might have had a Scott meeting to say, you know what? We know that we can't please you guys. So go on out there and do what you do. Tisha, you like to throw up your 18-year marriage, but maybe let me go ahead and talk to you right quick. Your own husband made it known that you was a side piece, okay? Or maybe you was the main chick. Side chick main chick, okay? But see, you like to talk about Mel and her relationship with Martel, but at least Melody was married outright to Martel, and he didn't hurry up and marry her after only exclusively dating her 1 month. You were really not going to be a wife, okay, Tisha? You a wife by default. And the only reason why that nigga ain't left you is because he don't have no other options. You got all the credit. You keep getting all these loans. You taking care of him just like Kimmy is taking care of Maurice. So you got two sorry-ass individuals who think they the smartest niggas in the room, but they ain't got shit going on, but running up your credit, running up your bills. Tisha, you got stuff being repossessed because you trying to keep up a lifestyle because you done said on national television on stage that y'all are millionaires, but you're really not. So you're taking care of, now you got a fourth dependent because you got 3 kids plus a nigga that stay in your house that's running around talking about he a CEO of what? Your businesses? By way of Melody Cherie, the same person you hate, because you wouldn't have had Schultz if it wasn't for Holt. You wouldn't have had Schultz if it wasn't for Holt. Do I need to say it again? You wouldn't have had Schultz. Let's put a snap on that thing. You wouldn't have had Schultz if it wasn't for Holt, baby. Catch that. So the same person you hate on, the same person you sit back and talk shit about, Marceau, you wouldn't have shit if it wasn't for that woman sitting there that you impregnated and had to go out here and have a shotgun wedding or a pow-pow wedding. Let's call it that. Thank you, YouTube, for reminding me. You wouldn't have married Tisha if it wasn't by way of a pow-pow wedding, because she was 5 months pregnant when she got married to your sorry baby teeth having ass. Working down there at the movie theater, popping popcorn, having little adult parties at the movie theater, which is why your ass got fired. Ask the white girl. I still got the picture. Don't make me pull it up. Ask Lindsay. That's her name. Ask Lindsay. Lindsay was working at the movie theater. She's probably one of the reasons why your ass ain't there no more. And you try to pull Marquez into that bullshit because he also worked at the movie theater. Did y'all know that? Marquez also worked at the movie theater. And you try to pull him in your bullshit as well with those little parties at the movie theater, going into some of the movie theater rooms when there's no movie playing, doing some nasty, egregious shit while you're supposed to be with Tisha. But you got the audacity to try to embarrass Mel on national television, Tisha, talking about that's why your husband out here buying women, this. Well, that's why your husband is soliciting women to have threesomes on Instagram. How your pH balance looking, sis? When the last time you been checked, sis? And the only reason he went out here and got vasectomies, Maurice and Marcel, and the motherfucker that drove him there didn't get one. That's how his dumb ass got caught up. Martel, I'm convinced that you were slow when your ass was born. You should have had on a helmet when your ass came out with the chin strap attached. Martel drove him to get the vasectomies, and y'all thought y'all was smart because Kimmy won't in no danger of having no more kids. And Tisha, you definitely won't have it no more. Because he didn't want to have the ones with you that he already had. Let's just be 100. Okay. If you didn't give him that surprise son, MJ was a surprise. Surprise, surprise, surprise. He was one of them, baby. That's the only reason you got one of them. Well, yours don't look like mine, but look at me being messy on a Sunday. Oh, I love when the plan comes together. See, you love to talk about male, so male, and let's continue this clip though.
Because Marcel tell about what Marcel knows about Martel, and Martel ain't gonna like that.
That's a threat to say to Martel. Marcel knows about Martel, and Martel ain't gonna like that. That's one of those, you better keep your motherfucking mouth shut because my wife's sitting here. And if you say some shit to break up my shit because yours is broke up, it's gonna be a problem. That's what that is. That's an indirect threat to shut Martel up because Marcel knows that Martel knows his shit.
You respect your mouth.
You never respect the marriage. You never respect.
Once he loses.
Tisha is now getting upset because she knows that whenever Martel gets into this mode, when he knows something about you, he is getting ready to spill it. Tisha has prided herself on being this wife who's been married the longest on the show, and she's been able to walk around and throw that in other people's face, including Melody's, after Melody decided to get rid of that nigga. She could have still had a husband if she wanted to, because Martel didn't want no divorce or he would have filed for it. He's still fighting the divorce, and the shit is final. Look at the two right here that's being quiet because they don't want their shit out. This one right here ain't gonna say a goddamn thing. That's Chris Fletcher. This one right here ain't gonna say shit. This one right here ain't gonna say shit because she know why she divorced. Okay? Ain't gonna say a damn thing. Them two gonna be quiet, and so is that one right there. Because this nigga right here is the one that knows all the bullshit. All right, let's continue.
Respect for me, I'm gonna lose respect for y'all.
I don't have respect for you.
Tisha's trying to quiet Martel down because she knows that when Martel gets to talking, baby, because Martel already spilled that Tisha was messing with one of Martel's friends. Now, let's go back to when Marceau called Tisha cheat back Tisha. Now, when somebody do something back to you, when somebody does something back to you, that means that it's already been done. Okay, that means that you've done something. Now they're trying to get back at you. So Tisha was trying to maybe get back at Marceau to say, you ain't the only bitch that can be out here cheating. I can do the shit too. So Marceau, your own husband, while he's trying to quiet Martel down to tell him to shut up and stop lying, or I'm about to tell your shit, your own husband on national television called you cheat back Tisha. So that means that you are cheating, Marceau. You have already thrown yourself under the bus. So why are you trying to quiet down Martel to tell him to be quiet when you called your own wife on national television cheat back Tisha? You got mad at Kiki, rest in peace to her, because she was telling everybody that Marceau was out here cheating. And she done threw a drink in your face and every damn thing. And you was mad at her because she was putting your tea out there, Tisha. But now that, because you were sitting down just now, you were sitting down quiet, calm, cool, and collected. But as soon as Martel got to talking and got hyped up, which you know is a telltale sign that he's getting ready to spill some tea on y'all asses, Tisha, you got to stand up and start clapping your hands and trying to overtalk him just like your husband does when the truth is getting ready to be exposed. Let's continue. We'll play it one more time for people in the back.
Next on.
Thank you again, Mel, for spilling tea and checking Kimmy's ass, because this is long overdue. When Kimmy came to your house and was hating on you, telling you she ain't got to check shit, I would have threw her ass up out of my house and she would have never stepped foot back up in there again. Bitch, you getting a free massage, something you probably can't do on your own dime because you got to pay all them damn bills over there because that sorry ass nigga that's living in your house don't work.
On Love and Marriage Huntsville. Whenever your spouse, and you know I've been on the side of it, is out here doing stuff that's stupid, it does affect you. Was it really the middle of the day? I was like, ooh, I know Kimmy ain't happy, right?
So that means Maurice stayed out all night, because on the arrest record, it says at 12-something p.m., meaning that was around noon. That was around noon. He didn't come home at all. We're going to play a clip here in a minute to show you. He didn't come home at all. Kimmy was out all night looking for your ass, Maurice. We're going to play a clip here in a few minutes. I'm getting ready to prove everything I'm saying. Okay? Get ready to prove it. Let's continue.
Now,
Proud of Mel, honey, for speaking up.
I feel like maybe we should all just get everybody together and like have
like everybody.
Like everybody.
Martel is excited. Like everybody, because the Scots have already made it clear they did not want to film with him. The Scots don't fool with him because Martel was already doing interviews talking shit about them. So he said, everybody, because this is his opportunity to once again get on national television and throw out their tea and make them look bad because Martel is on a mission to destroy the Scott boys' marriage because his has been destroyed. He wants to see them as miserable as him because they taught him their ways. And he feels like, how the fuck I get caught up when y'all niggas been doing this for years, way before I was doing it. And now I done lost my family, my marriage, and my businesses and everything else that I had going on. And y'all still holding on to y'all shit. And now I'm about to tear y'all house apart. So he is excited to get to see them so that he can spill tea on them.
Let's go! Let's go! Oh, they started before. Got it.
I've been a liar about things that we've been through over the years, and a lot of experiences that you've had with me. I've been a liar.
Yeah. Every time he opens his mouth and say something about Marceau, he gonna be talking about
Every time you open your mouth to talk about Marceau, you're going to be talking about Martel. So you just admitted that the things that Martel is accusing you of, Marceau, is also the same things that he does. We all know Martel is a cheater. Look at Tisha's face. Her lips are tight. She's thinking like, oh, shit, here we go. Oh, shit.
Marceau knows about Martel, and Martel ain't gonna like that.
I always respected your man.
You never respected the marriage. You never respected.
Once he loses respect for me, I'm gonna lose respect for y'all.
I don't have respect for you.
Martel says, once you lose respect for me, I lose respect for y'all. Meaning not just you, Marceau. I'm coming for your wife too, because she always has something to say about my situation. And that's my thing, Tisha. What's good for the goose is good for the damn gander. If you're going to talk about other people's marriages, be prepared for somebody to talk about yours. And then, Tisha, you like to do that two-faced shit where you get behind the scenes, sitting over there talking with Destiny, sitting over there talking about stuff, you know, with Kimmy, this main person, your sister wife, Kimmy. But then as soon as somebody as much as mentions something about your marriage, you get defensive and want to get up and start yelling and doing all that, or you want to exit and leave the room because you don't want to hear the truth about your marriage. You know how you got into this bullshit with Marceau. I told y'all about how she also was calling around looking for Marceau 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and he was down to the bar with other women up in his face, trying to holler at Ariane's friend. Because he has a type. He like light-skinned girls with pretty hair. What he married to? That ain't what it is. Look at Alonda. That's his type. Look at Mel. That's why he always try to... Y'all know how boys are when they like a girl. They always try to pick an argument. Or y'all know like in grade school how a boy would hit you or push you. That's a telltale sign that they like you. Marceau always tries to get into it with Mel because I think he low-key has a crush on Mel. I think Martel knew that. Because all the boys by bro code and by conversations have had talks and they know what each other like. They know what kind of woman each of them like. They know. All right, let's stop sharing. Because I do have a picture I also wanted to share as well. Did I send it over? No. Let me do it right quick. Because I do have it. Let me show y'all the disrespect that Maurice have towards Kimmy. Okay. That it? Yeah. Let's put that on the screen right quick. Because see, Kimmy, you be running out of gas when you be talking about folk, honey. Not even thinking that people got receipts on your ass. Okay. You were riding real hard for Martel and Ariane and their situation. I can't call her a side chick. Well, what do you call a woman or a girl who run around and mess with a married man? Let's call this. Who is this in the damn picture? Let's put this up. Shout out to Ebony the Best for sending me this picture. Shout out to you, Ebony. Shout out to Ebony. Tisha. That's yeah. Look at this. What's this? Scott Brothers. Y'all love y'all wives. Marcel, you married right here. You married right here. This is the kind of time your husband be on, boo-boo. This kind of time your husband be on, Tisha. But he don't cheat. He don't do inappropriate things. What he doing in the strip club? With a girl bent over with her ass up on him. He pulled up real close to the bumper, baby. Pull up to the bumper, baby. That's exactly what he's doing. With your short black limousine. I ain't gonna say long. I'm gonna say short black limousine. Oh yeah. She grinding all up on him. It's getting hot in here. That's what Nelly said, honey. Nelly says it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in her. Tisha. This is why your husband didn't want to answer the phone when you called him at the club that night, remember? He was out at the club. He said, Tisha, what do you want? It was an audio played. I said, damn, that's how you talk to your wife? Martha, I was calling to see what time you were going to go home. It's late, Martha. It's late. He said, Tisha, I know I will be home later. That's how he was talking to her, y'all. I will be home later, Tisha. Now stop calling me. Go to bed, Tisha. Who is this girl? There is a poll there which lets me know where you are. Who is this girl? He like big booty, thick girls. Because the girl that was in his phone that he was texting that was also calling Schultz's phone, notice there's a pattern of behavior with him. He have his women calling Schultz's phone. Remember he told Tisha he didn't want her working at the office, you guys on the show? That he wanted her to be a stay-at-home mom, and he had the other guy come and work there in the office and gave Tisha's office away. He didn't want Tisha to be in the office because the women call Schultz's office phone to talk to him all damn day while he's telling Tisha, like Marceau be telling Kimmy, that they're at work. Only for us to find out in the Zen Garden lawsuit that you've never built anything, Marceau. And what you tried to build had to be torn down. A clubhouse, to be exact. You've never built anything. You've also told Tisha you had to go out of town for work. What were you working on? What were you building? Because in your Zen Garden lawsuit, once again, it said that you've never built anything. Just like Martel ain't built shit. Just like Maurice ain't fixing no credit. We can look at the reviews over there, and I done went through the reviews and showed you that shit. But look at Marceau. Mr. Happily Married, I've been married for 18 years. He done threw that out there on the show. I've been married for 18 years. Tisha, you've been throwing it out there. Trying to embarrass me. I've been married for 18 years. My marriage. Stop coming for my marriage. Don't come for my marriage. I've been married for 18 years. My husband, H-U-S-H-B-A-N-D. My husband don't cheat. The sheet like you lay on when you go to bed at night? Is that the type you're talking about, girl? It's giving when, notice Tisha face in the scene on the girls' trip when Destiny said, cheat in peace. Tisha was looking down at her plate and said, because she done heard that before. I'm going to say it again. When Destiny said on the trip that Melody was allowing Martel to cheat in peace, Tisha was looking down at her plate, getting ready to eat, and looked up and said, oh, I heard that word before. And when the camera panned on Kimmy, Kimmy's face was that same look that we just saw when Mel called her out. But whose husband is that, Tisha? We'll blow it up a little bit more. We'll blow it up. Yeah, you got on shades because you're trying to hide it, but we know how you look, Martha. We know, I know them titties anywhere. I know them titty balls anywhere. Yeah, I know them titty balls anywhere. What's going on here? Who is this bent over on your husband? That ain't you, Tisha, because you ain't light skinned. Until you get that $50 face beat, okay, that you don't like to pay. Oh, Lord. Oh, I didn't know I woke up this petty this morning. Let's continue now. We'll take it down, girl. Because I know that's a lot for you on a Sunday morning, girl. Okay. We're not done. Ooh, girl, 'cause I'm tired of these. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of y'all bigging up these sorry ass men. Okay, I'm tired. Let's get into Kimmy and Maurice right quick. Because Kimmy, you were trying to help your husband not look stupid on national television, but you kind of helped him along there, girl. All right, we're going to look at this next clip here. We're going to walk this clip down. We're going to slow walk this one, though, okay? Y'all bear with me. Because Kimmy, you have done a lot here, all right? But you're obviously not doing enough at home because your husband don't feel like he got to tell you shit. But what he does have is knowing that you are just getting over cancer. You are out here driving out your good old gas out here, girl. And gas is too high. Gas is too motherfucking high to be out here riding around looking for a nigga that don't work while he telling you, oh, I'm sleeping down here at the office because I work so much. I have so many cases that I'm working on and I'm down. I'm probably going to sleep at the office tonight, girl. So you allow your husband to sleep out overnight, girl. But then he get a good old DUI with that good old lipstick on his collar, girl. You done been home, girl, from the party. But he ain't never came home. Let's get into this clip, girl.
Hey.
What up,
You still sniffling?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've never had any encounters with the police. So this is all brand new.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
This isn't ask a question, answer a question. This is, I'm asking you.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't where you were. I wasn't in your shoes. I wasn't in your position. Like it's different.
You know the hardest thing
What?
of the whole thing?
What?
Is making a phone call to you. I know you're my life partner and you're my love, but
the hard part of it all is making a phone call to you. You don't really need to call Kimmy when you leave the house because that's why she was trying to hurry up and get back home from the girls' trip because she know what kind of time you be on, especially when she ain't around. This is why Kimmy says she don't like to take girls' trips. Who don't like to go on a nice, good old girl trip and have some fun in a nice tropical place with a good old drink in their hand, away from all the stress and the headache of it all? Who would not want to do that? Kimmy, because you got to stay home and babysit your husband because you know he be in other bitches' face. Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's a phone call I never thought I'd have to make.
I understand.
You know, and the worry that I'm sure you had to go through and everything else. And then you get the phone call, hey, Maurice, you know, I've been arrested. This is the situation. Can you come bail me out?
Well, once I heard your voice, it took the worry out because, you know, I went down my timeline. And then
why would you need a timeline for a husband who is faithful to you and comes home at night like he's supposed to? See, had Maurice brought his ass home like he was supposed to with you, Kimmy, this never would have happened. But because you have become, because you have normalized his behavior of letting him be out in those streets like that, it's caught up with him. It's caught up with him. Maurice is out of control. Maurice is like a teenage boy who have no responsibility. See, people who have real jobs and have real things going on don't be on this type of time. They don't get out here people who are lawyers and have real stuff going on, bringing home real money with real businesses and stuff like that with a reputation to uphold. You don't be out here riding around 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, riding dirty, drunk as a skunk, bumping into people's cars and still driving. Like, people don't be on that. But see, you and Kimmy, like I said before, were at the same party, the Down to the Bar party from Funky Die Niggas party, where your ass was there, Kimmy was there. Why the fuck didn't y'all ride together in that same rented car that she pays for because you don't work?
in my timeline, you'd be ready to go to bed.
Exactly. So had you been home like you're supposed to, you'd have been laid beside her in the bed. But no, you were in someone else's bed. Would it be Shan, of course, that you were with Maurice? Let's talk about it. You know who Shan is, don't you? Shan is the girl that went to the boys' trip down there in Atlanta, Georgia, when you said that you weren't there, when Ariane was there. Oh, did we say Ariane? There's a connection there because Shan is Ariane's best friend who already outed you to say that she was already messing around with you, Maurice. Of course, during the time that you were with Kimmy. But because Kimmy doesn't give a fuck and because she can't keep up with you sexually after her libido broke down, she allows you, I feel, to cheat in peace, okay? And you know it as well. This clip pretty much shows that. you guys have some type of an arrangement to where you go where the fuck you're supposed to and you be back home when you need to. And there's no staying out all night. Let's continue.
Right.
And so I honestly thought you had gone to work and you were at work and you fell asleep at work. Mm. So I went by the office, and then when you weren't asleep at work, I was like, I just wasn't sure where you were. And so it's very weird. It was a weird.
Why would your wife not know where you were? Why at 3 or so o'clock in the morning is Kimmy being sick? As you know, Maurice having to get dressed, because we all know she ain't going nowhere in no bed clothes. Kimmy had to get up, get dressed, put some curl activator in her fro, draw on some eyebrows, and go down there to Credit None, where ain't no credit being fixed, to see if you're there. Okay, the car that she's paying for was not in the parking lot, which says to her, he's supposed to be here. This is usually where he's at when he's telling me he's out, respectfully cheating, but he's not here. She knocked on the door and no one answered. In my Lenny Williams voice, I knocked on the door and the door was unanswered. So then she's having to drive around and look at places that she probably have caught you at before and you weren't there. But maybe as she drove around to Shan's house, then maybe she would have saw that orange Ferrari that she pays for every month. My. Let's continue.
Weird call, a weird situation. I always worry about whether or not you're going to always be 100% forthright.
That says to me, I always worry that when you tell me something and try to fast talk me like your brother does, Tisha, that you're going to be authentically truthful to me, Maurice. I'm your wife now. I'm not the girl who was competing with you in Kiowa anymore. I feel like I got the prize because I've been bumped up to being wife. I took vows to you and you're still fucking lying to me, you non-lawyer, you. Kimmy.
What do you mean?
Like sometimes I feel like that what you give me is to protect me. Like,
so you know how a person don't want to tell you the truth when they know they're on their bullshit and they only tell you what they want you to know or what they've made up, because we know you have a pattern of lying, Maurice. Okay, we know that. Okay, you weren't in Atlanta, then you were in the front of the picture in Atlanta. Okay, but then you only admitted that you were there when the picture came out. So we know you're a liar. Kimmy knows that you're a liar as well because you told her I wasn't there, but you were in the picture. And when she saw that, then she knew what type of person you were. So she's saying here that you tell her things like you're trying to protect her because you do care about her feelings, but you don't. But you're still going to do what you want to do and still fucking disrespect her. But she better be home when you get there. That's the relationship that it gives me with Maurice. He is very blunt and so much in somebody's face. And he likes to talk like he knows everything, just like Marceau likes to do. And he has a way of fast talking Kimmy and giving Kimmy the long way around in conversations to where he wear her down to where she just agree to his bullshit. But she is saying to him in this clip, I know what your ass is doing, and I don't like that you just tell me whatever you want to tell me to spare my feelings, and I'm tired of this shit.
I can't help what I don't know.
I don't know if I don't really know if you can help me.
No, she can't help you with the sex addiction. Well, she can help you by divorcing your ass, but she's not going to do it because Kimmy's waited all her life to be a wife. And she doesn't want to have to go back through that same cycle again of looking for someone in the DMs and finding her next husband. Now that she found someone who doesn't want to work, who wasn't working when she met him. He was just a little barber who was occasionally cutting hair when somebody knocked on the door and needed a nice little $8 cut. I mean, we saw how he fucked up your hairline when he tried to cut your hair when you told everybody you had cancer. Like he cut your shit all the way up here in the bike. I said, is the motherfucker doing a mohawk or is he lining you up? But he run around telling people he's a barber. So you have all of these qualities, Maurice, but you will not work to help your wife pay the bills. You are a credit repairer. You are a barber. You are a lawyer who don't fix no cases. You're Mr. Fix-It. You are you have all these qualities according to you, but we don't see you doing any of these. We don't see these on the show. We never hear you talk about these things. But it's so weird to me why Kimmy continues to protect you and continue to make like you are this stand-up husband above everyone else. Oh, my husband is a lawyer. She faked threw you a party on the show to tell everybody that you were this attorney. He had to stay away for a week at the hotel so that he could study. Why? Ain't nobody staying in the house but you and Monster. You would have thought 3-year-olds were running around y'all house. So why did he need to stay in a hotel for an entire week to study for a non-accredited piece of license that his ass got if he won't go use the shit? Why? Who was he in the hotel with for a week? Because Kimmy said, I left him alone because he told me he didn't want to be bothered while he was studying. So that means that you couldn't call him at certain times, and he knew that. So that's when he would be on his bullshit. He won't studying no books. He was studying the walk. Oh, did I say that? That's the type of time y'all on. Let's continue.
Like through this. Like, honestly, just you being there, picking me up, that was help enough.
You being there picking me up is help enough. Every time I get into some shit, you being there to spend the money, girl, go into your account and drain your account, honey, to come and get me out of the bullshit I'm in. Thank you for paying for the attorneys for this DUI for me, Kimmy. Oh, that's help enough, girl. Don't worry about my SEX addiction. Just come and pick me up when I continue to get into some shit and I need you, okay? That's what you focus on, Kimmy.
You know, that was real. Like, you know, this is something that's all brand new, so I don't know what to expect, you know? I've never dealt with anything like this. So
normally in most of our situations, I tend to read a lot more into the situation than sometimes is necessary. And then there's some times where I think he might be thinking about a situation, but yeah, he don't really say it on the outside. However, at the end of the day, I'm there for him when he needs me.
Beard.
He's there for me when I need him.
Beard.
That's what marriage is. That's what you're supposed to do.
Beard.
And I trust the process.
Weird.
I trust the.
So the process is you being used as a wife. Maurice is supposed to be your helpmeet. What is he helping you meet, Kimmy? Besides more stress, aggravation, embarrassment. What is he helping you meet, Kimmy? Why is he allowed to sleep away at work, Kimmy? Why is it that by the time you get ready to get yourself undressed, to get your night clothes on and you get into bed, why is it that your husband is not there when you guys went to the same party? It's understood. If you say, hey, I'm tired, let's go. Never in no history of nowheredom where me and my husband pull up to the party in different vehicles. I see him there, he see me there. And he leave in another car and I leave in another car. And we in the same house, sleep in the same bed, under the same fucking roof. No fucking way. When he leave, I leave, and vice versa. I don't know what kind of arrangement this shit here is, Kimmy. I'm there for him. He's there for me. Okay, Kimmy.
Process.
There's going to be.
What process? What process? Normalizing toxicity and cheating. You know he's out cheating. Because why the fuck did he not come home until the next day? Black's party was closed, you guys, at 3 a.m. Maurice got picked up at 12 noon. Where the fuck were you from 3 a.m. till 12 noon, Maurice? You weren't at Credit One because she went over there. You weren't at some other places that she went looking for you. Where were you between 3 and 12, Maurice? There's a gap, a huge gap. Where were you?
Be a lot of people that are disappointed, you know, not just because it happened to me and the fact that, you know, for whatever reason, I may have let them down from.
Don't play this victim shit, Maurice. I may have let them down. No, nigga, it starts with you. You let yourself down. And you're putting more stress and pressure on your wife, who continues to have to deal with what she's already dealing with on a personal level, on a health-wise level. You are putting more pressure on her on a financial level because I'm sure she paid your legal fees. You don't work, remember? The only check you're getting from what we're hearing is from Love and Marriage Huntsville. You don't work, Maurice. So any trouble you get into, any delinquencies you have financially, all has to be paid by Kimmy. And Kimmy now has attached you to her home. So if someone sues Kimmy and comes for her for something that you've done, they can take her house because your name is now attached to her property that she had prior to knowing you, that should have been passed down to her son. But because she's so stupid and because she's a fucking beard, she's now tied herself and her properties and everything that she's owned into a motherfucker who won't go out and get a job, but is sitting on national television flexing like he is Johnny Cochran when your ass ain't never been to court, but because your ass is being sued.
Who I am or whatever. As far as public opinion, I've already been convicted. So you're not innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty until proven innocent. A lot of people are going to be.
Spare us with the attorney talk, non-attorney, with your non-accredited license. Spare us. See, that's how they fast talk their wives. Y'all hear this? How he's trying to use big words to sound educated. How he's trying to fast talk Kimmy and use this blame, what's the phrase I want to use in this situation with Maurice? He likes to fast talk Kimmy and wear her down with this, oh, woe is me. But it's kind of your fault a little bit. He wants Kimmy to take the fall for this bullshit and feel sorry for him for a situation he created.
Disappointing because they're not going to have answers. Like, this is an ongoing case, and anybody with any sense knows that anything that I say can and will be used against me.
Oh, really?
We just take this thing one day at a time, figure it out, But I really do appreciate the fact that, you're there for me.
Where else she gonna be? Look how Kimmy looking. She already know her pockets getting ready to get tapped behind this shit with Maurice. That's why she having a sit-down conversation with him. She like, bitch, I just paid the mortgage. I just paid for your rental, for your ass to flex on the show and on the gram. I just paid these motherfucking lights, and I just bought groceries. And you taking your money that you get from the show and your ass is staying out all night, spending it on women and other bitches when I need help in this household, and you running around here acting like you an attorney and that you're so fucking important when you ain't doing shit. And I'm tired of covering for you and making you look good all while I'm home stressed the fuck out. Which we all know, when a person is a cancer patient and they're recovering, stress is the worst thing that they can go through. But Maurice doesn't give a fuck, because didn't you slip up in that scene where you and Marceau were crying and says that, what if she's not here no more? So you already looking in terms of what if she ain't here no more? Because you already know that you stand to gain more from Kimmy not being here anymore than when she's here. You gonna get the house, you gonna get the cars, you gonna get the bank accounts and everything else that Kimmy has, because she's so stupid and put it in your name. So you're just sitting and waiting around for her not to be here anymore. The same person who said on national television that your wife was bald-headed, and your own brother had to tell you not to talk about your wife like that on TV. You don't give a fuck about Kimmy. You like the fact that she's taking care of you like Kiowa was doing when she was with you. Yeah, Kiowa was taking care of his sorry ass. And he still ran around and was cheating on her as well. Them Scott boys is something else. Now, there's some similarities in the three men, the three M's on the show, Martel, Maurice, and Marcel, when it comes to their relationships with their wives, or just women, period. All right. None of them could make it without their wives, because they didn't have shit prior to. Martel didn't have shit when he met Mel. Marceau didn't have shit when he met Tisha. And Maurice didn't have shit when he met Kimmy. The wives are the ones that pull them up with their credit and their assets. Let's call it that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Tisha was supposed to be in California, going to school, starting businesses, living her best life. She got knocked up messing with Marceau, and he fucked up her life. So you got all these degrees that you're sitting on, and you can't go get a job and or use or utilize your degrees. So you just keep getting degrees so that you can feel accomplished when you really ain't doing shit. You want to go to the office and work in a company that you started, that's in your name, that you are 80 to 85% owner of, but your husband tell you, no, go home and take care of the kids. I got this, so that you don't happen to pick up the phone when a bitch call for him. Martel was taking the money that Melody went out here and helped get for Hope and Hope, because it was $1 million company prior to it coming to our TV screens. So they were already established as husband and wife, more so by Melody's standards, because she was the brains behind everything. She was the business sense behind everything. Martel was just a tag along. Now we see that because every business he's tried to start after the marriage has failed. He still can't get a business license, a builder's license, and that's an open book test. Melody passed it the first, within a couple hours, according to her, and got her license. But he loves to tell everybody he was the brains behind it. I was the primary, the dominant parent. Typical. You would rather be a housewife yourself, Martel, and be taken care of, because you did take Mel to court for child support and it got denied. So you were trying to live off her like you were doing during the marriage, so you could take care of your side pieces, including Ariane, to keep her with the same lifestyle, because you've always pitted her against Mel to make her think that she was on Mel's level, when we know that's a hell no. You aren't on Mel's level. And that's why you keep coming for her, you jealous little female. None of them could make it without their wives, okay? And their wives, like I said, have pulled them up and put them in the positions that they're in. And they're frustrated because they can't seem to shake these niggas. And I feel like if Kimmy files for divorce from Maurice, he's going to try to take her for every fucking thing. And the same thing with Marceau. Tisha is stuck with Marceau. She'll get child support. But how, when the companies that were started were by Tisha? So I feel like he's not going to lose without a fight. So now, because he owns some type of rights and percentage in the companies that she created, and that her credit and her loans and leases and all this shit that she started in her name, because they're married and because it's marital, assets that they created together during marriage. Because anything that you do during the marriage has to be split equally. Marceau knew exactly what he was doing when he got with Tisha. So you ran around on her the entire time that you were seeing her. And then it wasn't until she got married, you became this person who said, oh, let me make an honest woman out of her. So you dated her for a month seriously, and then you ran and married her because you saw something in her from the beginning. She already told you through Pillow Talk what she was planning to do with her life. And she already told you that she wanted to go to LA and go to college and do something with her life there. But you said, no, I need you here. So what did you do like some women do, trap men? He trapped her. He was a regular schmegular old nigga doing nothing, running around, pretending to be important when he was not. In and out of college. He was in and out of college 4 or 5 times before he got a simple administrative assistant degree. Or bachelor's in business or something, like business degree. You went to school all those years and come out talking about you a contractor. Sit down, Marceau. A hot fucking mess, all right? They all cheated and kept each other's secrets and had a pact to protect each other. But Martel broke the pact, bro code, when his situation blew up in his face, all right? They all have receipts on each other. I'm talking about the 3 M's, Marceau, Maurice, and Martel. They all have receipts on each other, and they all know each other's infidelities, all right? Which is why they all decided to get vasectomy, so that they do not get caught up, so that they do not add another financial situation on their wives, because they knew who was pulling all the weight. Tisha's pulling Marceau's weight. Kimmy's pulling Maurice's weight. Mel was pulling Martel's weight. The only difference in the situation between Mel and Martel's situation is Martel ran out and got someone pregnant because he refused to use protection. He refused to get a vasectomy, but he did make time out of his non-busy schedule to drive Maurice and Marceau to get their vasectomies while he continued to be out here making babies. Ariane was pregnant all of 4 times by Martel. 3 children did not make it, and the last one made it only because she needed to have some type of hold on him for financial reasons, because she didn't have shit either. And didn't. Let's continue. Y'all see that look on Kimmy's face? So I'm going to play it all the way through without stopping so that you guys can hear this bullshit.
Hey.
What up, though?
You still sniffling?
Yeah, man.
Aw. I'm sorry.
Thank you all.
I've never had any encounters with the police. So this is all brand new.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
This isn't ask a question, answer a question. This is, I'm asking you.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't where you were. I wasn't in your shoes. I wasn't in your position. Like it's different.
You know the hardest thing
What?
of the whole thing?
What?
Is making a phone call to you. I know you're my life partner and you're my love, but at the end of the day, that's a phone call I never thought I'd have to make.
I understand.
You know, and the worry that I'm sure you had to go through and everything else. And then you get the phone call, hey, Maurice, you know, I've been arrested. This is the situation. Can you come bail me out?
Well, once I heard your voice, it took the worry out. Because, you know, I went down my timeline. And in my timeline, you'd be ready to go to bed.
Right.
And so I honestly thought you had gone to work. And you were at work and you fell asleep at work. So I went by the office. And then when you weren't asleep at work, I was like, I just wasn't sure where you were. And so it's very weird. It was a weird call, a weird situation. I always worry about whether or not you're going to always be 100% forthright.
What do you mean?
Like sometimes I feel like that what you give me is to protect me. Like I can't help what I don't know.
I don't know if I don't really know if you can help me like through this. Like honestly, just you being there, picking me up, that was help enough. You know, that was for real. Like, you know, this is something it's all brand new, so I don't know what to expect. You know, I've never dealt with anything like this, so.
Normally, in most of our situations, I tend to read a lot more into the situation than sometimes is necessary. And then there's sometimes where I think he might be thinking about a situation, but yeah, he don't really say it on the outside. However, at the end of the day, I'm there for him when he needs me. He's there for me when I need him. That's what marriage is. That's what you're supposed to do. And I trust the process. I trust the process.
There's going to be a lot of people that are disappointed, you know, not just because it happened to me and the fact that, you know, for whatever reason, I may have let them down from who I am or whatever. As far as public opinion, I've already been convicted. So you're not innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty until proven innocent. A lot of people are going to be disappointed because they're not going to have answers. Like, this is an ongoing case, and anybody with any sense knows that anything that I say can and will be used against me. We just take this thing one day at a time, figure it out, you know. But I really do appreciate the fact that, you know, you're there for me.
That's a nice house, Kimmy. But Maurice is waiting on you to kick the bucket so he can get it, sis. Oh, he done sized Kimmy up. He said, oh, I hit the jackpot right here. I hit the jackpot right here. Kimmy got money. Kimmy got a good job. Y'all know Kimmy's still doing her nursing thing. And I hear that she's doing some type of real estate stuff too. So, hey, Kimmy's bringing in the money. And she's also getting Love and Marriage Huntsville checks. So there you go. But did y'all see how crazy Marceau looked when Kimmy said that she went by the office to look for him? Now, we heard about the crazy wild parties going on at Credit One. Okay. He looked at her real crazy when she said, I went by the office. Like, he don't want her coming by the office looking for him. Okay. Like, he doesn't want her coming by the office, like at all times of night looking for him. Because like I said before, I've never seen a business office have those neon lights to where it turns into like a club at night. That's the way Credit One looks on the inside, you guys. If you guys have seen pictures, Maurice showed on his Instagram page, okay, that he's putting these neon lights all up around the ceilings and into like the floor where it looks like a strip club, like a strip club vibe at night. So it's like a business by day and like strip club party place by night. But then you get mad on TV saying somebody's going to get sued when they mention that these wild parties are going on because you want to hide what's really going on because you want your reputation to appear to be a certain way. It's weird. And I think Kimmy is hiding this stuff for him. Kimmy knows who she's married to. Kimmy knows what Maurice does, but she can't do shit about it because she knows she's in a stuck place, and she knows that Maurice is going to outsmart her, and that Maurice is going to take every fucking thing she's got if she goes and files for divorce to get her far away from his ass. He's going to be bitter like Martel, the same person that tried to counsel Martel and to stop being so bitter towards Mel. If Kimmy goes and files for divorce from Maurice, he is going to be bitter like Martel and give Kimmy hell and take her through it. He going to take that house and every fucking thing she's got. And she knows it. She's stuck. I feel like she's scared. I feel like Kimmy knows that she's made a mistake by marrying Maurice, because what she thought it was going to be, because their marriage was all for TV. Kim and Maurice dated 5, 6, 7, 8 years prior to even being on the show. He ain't thought about marrying her. He ain't thought about setting no date to get married to no damn Kimmy. They both were just happy to be together. Kimmy was happy to be able to rub it in Kiowa's face that she got her nigga. So it wasn't until they got on the show and needed a fucking storyline that they went and had own pay for that boat, that yacht wedding that they had, so that they could secure their spot on the show as being husband and wife, because the show was called Love and Marriage Huntsville. They were the only couple at the time not married. I mean, hell, even Destiny came on the show as a wife. Kimmy was tired of looking at Mel being a wife and getting all the attention. She already knew Tisha and Marceau were married. So it was only fitting and proper for her to kind of press on and say, me and Maurice are going to get married if you guys pay for it. Y'all didn't have the money to do it because Maurice didn't have no fucking money to pay for no yacht wedding in Miami with all the bells and whistles. I don't pay for that. With the understanding that they could film it and that would be your storyline. So now that you jumped into a situation, Kimmy, for a storyline, you're fucking miserable because you married a clown who refuses to go get a fucking job. It's a hot mess, y'all. Kimmy says that she don't feel 100%, that he's been 100% forthright with her, meaning that he lies to you. And you allow that when he overtalks you and fast talk you into believing that he's somewhere that he's not. Because he don't want you to worry. That's what he calls it. He's manipulating the situation. And Kimmy, being the supposed to be smart woman that she is allowing it because she does not want to argue with Maurice. Because arguing with Maurice is like arguing with Marceau. He's going to always have a comeback. And he's going to wear you down to the point to where you say, all right, whatever. We've seen that happen so many times. Even when Tisha tried to argue back with Marceau, she starts crying because she knows she's fighting a losing battle. And it's the same way with Kimmy, with Maurice. They both mastered how to wear their wives down into doing what they want them to do. And it's draining. Now, this Shan girl, like I said, who is supposed to be Ariane's best friend, who Marceau was said to be seeing, who she outed Maurice. She outed Maurice to say that Shan was seeing Maurice, and that Maurice was also allegedly supposed to have been seeing her during the time that they had the guys trip down in Atlanta when Maurice said that he wasn't there. And Kimmy, I believe, knows about Shan because she kept pressing Maurice when the rumors came out about who was he there with, or was he there, or what was going on this trip. Kimmy knows that her husband be creeping around. Like you just said, you don't feel like he's 100% forthright with you, just like you didn't believe it then and had to go out and get a support dog in order to have some normalcy and somebody to love and caress up on you because your husband was not there to do it. Maurice is preoccupied with peen activities versus being a husband, a supportive husband. He's not supportive. He wasn't supportive when you were sick. He was more so focused on how many times a day he can get it from you. While you're telling him, I'm drained, I'm sick, I just want to lay here. Can you go get me something to drink? He don't want to do that because he sees you as the woman of the house and he thinks that you're being lazy and faking your illness. That's what he said on TV. She's telling you that her doctor is telling her that this is what her illness is. And these are the things that come from being ill. And you're telling her that you just feel that she's faking it because she doesn't want to give you sex, Maurice. So when Kimmy is not available to do the nasty, egregious things that you want her to do, you go out and get it. That's why you don't be home. That's why. And then two, why you didn't call her to say, hey, I'm going to be out a little bit past the party, Kimmy. So you didn't say shit to her, which tells me y'all communication is off. That's your wife. If you guys are at the same party and you want to go out and party elsewhere, or you're going to be out a little late, you didn't even give her the courtesy of saying, hey, I'm going to be out a little bit late and this is where I'm going to be. If you need anything, call me, or that's where I'm going to be. If she needs to come and look for you. She didn't know where you were, which says to me you were somewhere you weren't supposed to be because you did not reach out to her and communicate your whereabouts to her. Not that you have to, you know, like you're a child, but that's just common courtesy as a spouse. I do it. If I'm going to the store, babe, I'm running to Walmart, I'll be right back. In the event that something happens, he knows where to look for me. That's just called common courtesy. He does the same with me. Baby, I'm about to run down to the store right quick. I'll be right back. You didn't give Kimmy that common courtesy to where she's out at 3 o'clock in the morning risking her life. Something could have happened to her going to look for you. But had you told her where you were, had you called her and said, as your husband, I'm going to be over here at Shan's. Don't worry, I'll be home at 4. She going to feel away, but at least she know where you are. Does that make sense? That's what's going on with that. But let's move on. Let's move on because I still got to get my other show together. All right, so let's get into this topic. The Osundaro brothers, let's get into them with this Jussie Lyett situation, child. The Osundaro brothers have spoken out and aired out Jussie Lyett after his case was dismissed through the Cook County Court. All right, they are speaking out and they're saying, hey, yeah, great for him that his case got this hoax case got dismissed, but this motherfucker still owes us money. He owes us $500 for helping him in this hoax. Okay. Yeah, let's get into this. All right. So it says here the Osundaro brothers react to Jussie Smollett hoax case being dismissed and claims that he's still guilty and owes them $500. Let's get into it.
Bringing two guys right in the middle of this, Ola and Abel Osundaro. We appreciate you guys joining us. We saw you on the special recreating this big hoax. First off, your thought about this decision from the courts.
We were taken aback initially, not because of the Supreme Court's decision, but because Jussie never admitted guilt. We understand that he has due process rights and double jeopardy shouldn't and is not allowed in America. However, Jussie should have admitted guilt, and that's where we stand.
So the real injustice here was the sweetheart deal he was given by Kim Foxx's office at the beginning of all of this.
Here's what Kim Foxx said yesterday, defending the plea deal. Watch.
The amount of attention to a filing of a false police report charge and the energy that resulted from that is something.
Let's bring in two guys right in the middle of this.
I won't understand. What's important to note is Dan Webb knew all along that this was not a legitimate prosecution. So I'm grateful that the court has finally put this to rest.
So Abel, your thoughts? She says, what's the big hype? He did all these network interviews. He said how white MAGA people are out to kill him because he was gay and black. We're in the middle of the George Floyd riots. This was a blowtorch to blow up American society and further that cause and make him more famous. That's the big deal, isn't it?
Yes, it is a big deal. And the problem is, if it was a regular Schmo Joe, John Doe, or Ola Osundaro, he would not get that deal. Jussie got that deal because he has influence and power. So it shows that there are two different citizens in America, one with power and one without. And that's why he got that sweetheart deal.
I won't understand. It's important.
Have you talked to him since, Ola? Did he ever pay you guys?
We have not spoken to him since. Yes, he did pay us at first. He still owes us $500. But I don't think we're ever going to see that.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't about the money. It was not about the money at all. It was more so us helping out a friend.
Do you know anyone that believes him? Do you know anyone that believes Jussie Smollett was telling the truth, Ola?
Not a single soul. I do. I'm sorry. I do see people online that still has his back, but no. in my immediate circle, nobody believes him.
Yeah, not even Pinocchio.
Abel, let me ask you something. When he told you about it, did you realize this was an absolute farce that would never come off, that no one would believe it?
Yes, I did believe that. However, he made it seem like this is what Hollywood does. He mentioned Kim Kardashian. During that time, she had a incident where she got robbed and kidnapped in France. And he said that was made up, that was fake. So that's what I was thinking, like, oh, this is what Hollywood does. My brother and I are professional actors, and we thought, oh, this is our introduction into Hollywood.
And actually, we go further in our book that we just released, Bigger Than Jesse, the reason why Jesse might have actually performed this hoax.
And who? That's a very important question that leads us to the why. The who. Who is
put him
involved?
up to it?
Yeah.
Who? And obviously, I think he's unemployable, even though he beats it on this.
This is what Hollywood does.
I hear that. So they're saying after this huge hoax, even though he got away with it, he's still unemployable. People still don't believe him. They don't want to fool with him because they see him as a liability. I mean, Hollywood don't really want to touch him. I think he did like one small role or something like that, but won't nobody checking for it. I don't even think it did well because they're still upset at the fact that he lied and still continues to not take accountability for what he did. And then he played these two guys. He was supposed to pay them. He hasn't paid them. So they're speaking out, writing books, and they're still exposing his ass. So that's what he gets. So it says that the Osundaro brothers and Bimbola and Chow, whatever that name is, have responded to a recent dismissal of Justice Smollett's case by the Illinois Supreme Court, expressing their frustration, stating that Smollett is still guilty in their eyes and that he owes them $500 for their involvement in the staged attack. It says that the brothers emphasized that Smollett never admitted guilt and criticized the initial deal and allowed him jail time, okay, to avoid jail time, okay? So, yeah, do I think his career is going to be the same that it used to be prior to this hoax? I don't. I absolutely do not. And the fact that he got off on this is not going to help his case. Either way, I do feel like he's going to try to get back into Hollywood, but I don't feel like a lot of producers or Hollywood period is going to be fooling with him like that. I just don't. He's a liar. He's a manipulator, and he has some serious mental issues for him to do this and to continue to keep this mess going and still not take accountability for what he's done. All that screaming and hollering he was doing in court, he just looks stupid as hell. So yeah, these guys, I believe them from the start when they came forward to say that they were involved in this hoax that he was involved in, where he said somebody put a noose on him and all that. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. He said he was going out to Subway to go get a Subway sandwich and somebody attacked him and all this other stuff, and he still had the noose around his neck when the police came. Like, it was just a lot of things that was just sounding weird in this whole case with Jussie Lyett is what I like to call him. But hopefully they can find a loophole and they can charge his ass. I really hope that he really needs to be charged, because you can't be out here filing false police reports saying that shit happened if it didn't. So not sure how he got out of this, how he wiggled his way out of this, and he got this dismissed. I'm not sure how, but hopefully the Osundaro brothers continue to keep talking and they keep exposing his ass like they should. Okay, but that is it on that, and that is it. Did I have one more case? Oh, I did have one more thing. All right, so we're going to talk about this last and final piece, and then we're going to get out of here, okay? We're going to get out of here. This is a crazy case that I saw right here, guys, and I want to share it with you guys. Don't know if you've seen it. All right, so, and let's see. Okay, yeah. I'm going to play it first. All right, here we go. So in this situation, it says that a preacher father set up the daughter with an HIV positive husband in a secret affair. Y'all hear that? Let's get into the news outlet on this girl. Let me refresh. All right.
Ex-husband is the person that gave me HIV, who knew he had it, and he had it for many years. I was 19 years old and just had a baby. This is actually my favorite photo of us. This is when we was in the beginning of our happy place, even though I didn't know he was living a double life. It's never easy to talk about how my dad introduced me to my ex-husband. My dad said this is one of his friends. Everyone knew that I was the preacher's kid, so they have this obsession over preacher's daughters. And my dad wanted me to marry, and he introduced us because he felt like we would be a good fit. I thought that he was just a member of my dad's church. I wanted to get away, but I felt trapped. I don't even look the same. I looked depressed and I was losing weight. I also believe that I was My ex-husband is HIV positive here, and I did not know. And you can tell from my cheekbones. I'm starting to look sick. And this is when I was pregnant with our daughter, Elizabeth. When I found out that my dad and my husband at the time was sleeping together, I felt betrayed. I felt disgusted. I felt like I wasn't worth anything, and I didn't believe in the word loyalty anymore. I don't talk to my dad anymore, but my ex-husband does pop in and pop out. I did lock him up. I was HIV positive here, and I did not know.
I hear this. So her ex-husband and her dad was sleeping together. Her dad set her up with her ex-husband who had HIV, and she wound up getting with him. He did not disclose that he was sick with that, and he wound up giving it to her. She was pregnant with her daughter. And then she later found out that her dad was messing around with her then ex-husband. Her father is a pastor, so she is a PK, which is a preacher's kid. And her father set that whole thing up. And I think that he only did that in order to get closer to this guy who he was sleeping with while he was married to her daughter, to his daughter. So let's hear it one more time. This is some sick shit, y'all. I promise you.
The person that gave me HIV, who knew he had it, and he had it for many years. I was 19 years old and just had a baby. This is actually my favorite photo of us. This is when we was in the beginning of our happy place, even though I didn't know he was living a double life. It's never easy to talk about how my dad introduced me to my ex-husband. My dad said this is one of his friends. Everyone knew that I was the preacher's kid, so they have this obsession over preacher's daughters. And my dad wanted me to marry, and he introduced us because he felt like we would be a good fit. I thought that he was just a member of my dad's church. I wanted to get away, but I felt trapped. I don't even look the same. I looked depressed and I was losing weight. I also believe that I was my ex, and you can tell from my cheekbones. I'm starting to look sick. And this is when I was pregnant with our daughter, Elizabeth. When I found out that my dad and my husband at the time was sleeping together, I felt betrayed. I felt disgusted. I felt like I wasn't worth anything, and I didn't believe in the word loyalty anymore. I don't talk to my dad anymore, but my ex-husband does pop in and pop out. I did lock him up. I was HIV positive.
So she did have him locked up, because that is a crime to knowingly infect someone with the disease, and you don't tell them prior to being intimate with them. So that is a crime. So I'm glad she locked his ass up, and she has also cut off her father, and they don't have a relationship now as a result of finding out that he was sleeping with her ex-husband. Now let's go ahead and read up on what it's saying here. Shout out to Spiritual Word, because I do look at a lot of stuff on their site. They have some great stuff on there. All right, so a young woman identified only as Brenda discovered a devastating family secret that has left her grappling with betrayal and health challenges. It says at 19, Brenda was introduced to a man by her father, a respected pastor in their community, under the guise of friendship. It says that this introduction soon led to marriage and the couple having a child together. Says that, however, the relationship unraveled when Brenda learned that her husband was HIV positive, a fact that he had concealed from her. Now, the betrayal deepened when investigators and confessions revealed that her father, the preacher, was not only aware of her husband's condition, but was also engaging in a sexual relationship with him, meaning her ex-husband. It says that the revelation has since sparked widespread discussion on social media, particularly on platforms like X, which you guys know is Twitter, where users express shock and condemnation over the hypocrisy within religious communities. Now, posts on Twitter highlighted the irony of preaching morals, values, while engaging in such duplicitous, I can't say that word, behavior behind closed doors. Now, it says that Brenda, now 28, has shared her story publicly, aiming to shed light on the realities of living with HIV. It says that the challenges of betrayal and the need for honesty in relationships. Now, her current husband, Brandon, stands by her, normalizing her condition by explaining daily life with HIV involves taking medication and regular health checks to ensure safety during intimate moments. It says that their 3 children are thankfully HIV negative. Wow. It says that this case brings to light issues of trust, disclosure, and personal impact of undisclosed health conditions within family dynamics, especially when influenced by positions of moral authority, like that of a pastor. Now, it says that it raises questions about accountability, the sanctity of personal relationships, and the often hidden contradictions within religious leadership. Okay. What do y'all think about this story? This is deep. This is deep. And then her husband, of course, they've had 3 children with her new husband, and none of her kids are HIV positive. I would be scared of that shit. I'm not sleeping with anyone who I know is HIV positive. I don't give a damn about no fucking love or a bond or none of that shit. Like, no, baby, you better, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But that's dangerous. So she obviously has a new husband now, but she says that she has now since had her ex-husband locked up for infecting her knowingly with this disease. Okay. And thankfully she's cut off all relationships with her father, because he sounds like his ass is sick too, to promote the relationship, friendship, as though she called it, to have this man befriended by his daughter, only for him to sleep with him and have sexual contact. Now, my question is the father sexually, does he have HIV as well, being with this person who was knowingly HIV infected while the father was sleeping with him? That's the question. I told you guys about in Atlanta, there was a pastor who was HIV infected, and he was sleeping with a lot of members of the church, and he infected women as well, and his ass went to jail. He infected several women in his congregation, you guys, knowingly being affected with that disease, and he was sleeping with women. So that shit is going around. That's why you have to definitely be careful with who you lay down with. Be careful who you are intimate with. And when you're intimate with someone and you don't know if the situation is, if y'all are, just together like that, then you want to make sure that you are being protected. And even still, go to the clinic and get tested, both of you, prior to being intimate, so that you will know that person's status as well as yours. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous world out there. We constantly finding out newer diseases and stuff coming out, and you don't want to wind up catching something that you can't get rid of, but have to live with and deal with for the rest of your life. Okay. So prayers to everyone. The dating scene is very hard out there. For those of you that's dating, please be careful. Please be careful, because not everybody will disclose their medical situation, because they want to be loved. They want to have somebody. And a lot of times they get rejected when they say, hey, I have this or I have that, because people don't want to deal with that. They don't want to put up with someone who's sick and dealing with, different health issues. So they decline to tell people that they have things, and then get into situations and wind up infecting someone else. So be careful, be careful, be careful, so that you will know your status. Okay. All right. So that is our show for the day. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed all of the topics that we talked about today. I will see you guys later on for our review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. I'm still getting that show together, so I will see you guys. Look for your notifications for that. Okay. Matter of fact, I may go ahead and put the notification out after this live. All right. So you guys definitely be looking for that. And I will see you guys later on. Okay. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and go ahead and subscribe. For those of you that's been reaching out to me, say, hey, Rael, I did not get my notifications. Make sure that you are subscribed, because YouTube is doing some type of weird glitch thing again, to where they're unsubscribing people. Okay. So make sure you subscribe, so that you'll know when I go live to give you guys new content. Okay. I appreciate you all. Thank you to my moms, Linda Gamble, Scorpio Cecilia Miss, KBR, Tyra, and Belle Wilson. You guys do such an awesome job. I appreciate you, okay? Thank you to all the content creators, my usuals that stopped by. Shout out to Ebony the Best for the picture earlier. Thank you, Truth TV Podcast, Purple Unicorn, Aries Girl Podcast, Deary Talk Show, Messy Hoes ATL, Boss Lady Brand, Girlfriend Chronicles, Chronicles of Kim K, and Love Seen Heard. All right. Thank you all for your support, as well as all my caramelians. Thank you all for being here and supporting the channel as well. All right. Support, support, support. Do not forget to sign the petition. For those of you that have not, it is in the description. I'll be happy to drop the link again. It is growing. We are over 100 and something signatures now, guys. You're doing well. Thank you guys so much for supporting in us trying to get YouTube back to a safe space again. All right. Join me by signing the petition so that we can do so. All right. Again, I appreciate the support, the support, the support. There's the link there for those of you that want to sign. If you want to go over and leave a comment, however you want to do, there is the link. All right. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Let's get out of here. Love you guys down and goodbye.